Namaste and welcome to today's episode. There are two viral attacks which we are facing right now. There are two viral infections we are talking about right now. One is COVID 19 or coronavirus, which everybody knows about it thanks to media, social uh, platforms, through the crisis that is going through across the globe, and it's been termed as a pandemic right now. But today I'm not here to talk about coronavirus or COVID 19. Today I'm here to talk about the second viral attack which we are facing and which is more dangerous, which we are not realizing right now. And that is known as the virus of fear. And why I'm trying to talk about it is because, see, your body will support you from all crises, all issues, all attacks, viral, bacterial, everything, when your immunity is strong. Your immunity is your first and your last line of defense. It is not about taking certain powders, it is not about taking certain medicine right now to prevent you. Immunity has to be built over a period of time. So if you have been eating crap food, if you have been taking a lot of toxins, if you have been taking a lot of stress in your life, you can't build your immunity overnight and fight COVID 19. But if you have been eating good, if your toxic exposure is less, if your stress has been managed and you have accepted what you are stressed about and letting it go, your immunity is there. Now your body will automatically try to save you in this situation. Yes, there are certain precautions that needs to be taken, and that's something that we want to talk about today. What happens is when there is a virus of fear, when you there is a fear around you, which can be a real fear because somebody in your family, somebody known to you has contacted this virus attack, or you have come in contact with somebody who has been there. When so that can be a real fear, and it can be a social fear which has been created by listening to the news, listening to the number of cases being reported, listening to unfortunate death that have happened in this case. Now, when this fear comes up, what happens is the body moves into a state of stress. When you are in a state of stress, what happens is you automatically triggers what is known as a sympathetic nervous system, or what we call as a fight and a flight mode. Now, when you are in a fight and flight mode, the first response of your body, which is natural response and which is the way the body is built to react, is to suppress your immunity. The moment you're feared about anything, you start to run for your life. When you run for your life, the body does not want you to say, no, slow down, let me build your immunity, let me detoxify, let me fight against all the attacks that you're getting. The body only wants you to run away from the situation, to tackle that situation. So the moment you talk about fear, you are creating a stress. When you talk creating a stress, you are going into a sympathetic nervous system and you are suppressing your immunity. If you suppress your immunity, you are more prone to catch viral attacks, or you more prone to have so-called dis-ease in your body. So what do you need to do? Stop this fear. Okay. When you are in a case of or a situation of fear, okay, when you say, oh, this is spreading, there are 100 cases in India right now, malls are closed, gyms are closed, movie halls are closed, uh, supermarket shelves are empty. I would want to ask you a question. How often do you go to a mall? If you're going every day to a mall, I think that's the problem. Mall was supposed to be a recreation, not your mainstream life. So if you're going every day and then there is a crisis, I understand. But if you're going once in a week and your malls are closed now for next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it will not make a difference to your life. You're getting more time to stay at home. You're getting more time to correct the things that are getting wrong at home. There's more time for you to have time with your family, get out of social media, to refresh yourself, to detox yourself. Okay. Now, what happens is when there is a fear. When there is a fear, you want to control thing. Okay. You want to control how you and people around you work. So what we are doing right now, we are in a panic state. We started to panic now, and we are holding on to stocks because we want to control that food supply for us. We want to buy a lot of sanitizers. We want to buy a lot of face masks. Why? Because we want to control things. When you're trying to get this, and if you don't get enough of it, or if you see that somebody has bought more toilet rolls or more sanitizer than you, then you want to your fear that, oh no, this is becoming big, I need to source more, you want to buy more. What you're doing is you're creating an environment of fear around you. The moment you create a fear around you, your immunity is suppressed. The moment your immunity is suppressed, no matter how much of sanitizer, no matter of how much of food you're holding, you are prone, making yourself prone to this issue. So instead of controlling, what you should be working on, you should be working on caution. Don't look at controlling things, have a caution around you. What cautions? Do I have my necessity food stuff available, because I might not be able to go to supermarket that often, which I was doing. So that means you need to plan better. Do I have access to basic cleanliness things like uh, countertop cleaners, okay, basic one, soap and water and a clean towel, okay. Are you taking cautions of teaching your kids how to wash their hands properly? Okay, there is no fun in using soap and water and you're not washing your hand properly. How many of us have taught our kids or family members how to wash their hand properly? If you don't know, try, while you're washing your hands, try saying happy birthday song 2 times. That's what 20 seconds is all about. Okay. When you start to think cautionly, what happens is your awareness is more. You are more open to what is happening in and around you, and then you respond. Instead of reacting, you start responding to your situation. If you are standing on the side of the road and you have to cross a busy road, if you want to take control of saying that I'll stop every traffic, I'll want everybody to stop, I want lights to turn this, you might not be able to cross the road, or you might get hit while crossing the road. Whereas if you take caution that I will only cross the road when the signal is red, okay, I will only use a zebra crossing, or I'll use a foot over bridge. You're taking caution. You can still cross that road without causing harm or danger to you. So it's all about taking precautions and cautions instead of trying to control things. What you have to do in the long run, you need to build your immunity. Not because today there is a crisis, so you have started taking immunity boosters, you have started taking supplements, you started eating healthy. You need to do it on an ongoing basis. Okay. In our previous videos, we talked about what are the good supplements, what are the good food that you can use to build your immunity. If you hoard a lot of processed food right now because fearing that the supplies will go out, guess what? You will be eating this food in times to come. The more you eat those crap food, the more prone you would be by compromising your immunity, by compromising your gut. The more you use hand sanitizers, the more microbes, the good bacteria which is on the surface of your hands are dying off. What you are doing in the long run, you're compromising your immunity. Hand sanitizers are must only when you do not have an access to soap and water. Your basic cleanliness still holds true. Coughing in your hand, not sneezing on somebody's face, because this virus is transported through droplets, okay, not through air. Okay, so these are basic etiquettes, civic etiquettes that we have been taught earlier, which we are trying to. This is not something that we are reinventing. It is not a new invention. It is just we are re-emphasizing that these are the things that will help you prevent. You don't need mask right now. I think the only people who need mask right now are those people who are into healthcare, who are attending to patients, who are exposed more often, who are handling chemicals and medicines to treat and support people. You do not need to hold masks right now. Okay, it is not about quarantine. It is not about that you have to stay at home. It is about it's a perspective that you look at, that you've got an opportunity to be with your family. You've got an opportunity to be with your community. You can still go out, walk in the park, avoid crowded places, use a civic sense. Yes, we are more exposed to this virus right now than what we are exposed to others, because remember, viruses are endemic. We already have a lot of viruses. Maybe a lot of us right now are a passive carrier to this virus. We might not become an active carrier because our body is supporting us, the immunity is strong enough. Go out in a community. Yes, it's a good idea not to touch each other, not to hug each other right now, but you can still smile at each other, you can still wave, you can still say namaste to each other, maintain same distance, you can talk your things. get away from creating a fear that 100 or 200 cases have reported first death. You do not want to be breaking news in your community saying that I was the first one to tell you there was a case reported. Yes, there is a case that will be reported, but do not try to say that I want the limelight, because what you're doing is you're creating fear among yourself and your community. When you create fear, automatically your immunity goes down. Okay, what next? What you should do is you should drink more water. Okay, drink more fluid, drink more warm, eat and drink more warm food. Okay, have a gratitude towards life. This unfortunate incident has given us a chance to stay more closer to our family, to understand what, or try and do things that we have been delaying. Okay, spend time with your kids. You might want to play some board games with your kids which you have never played because you were so engrossed in going out, social circle, that you might have been ignoring those things. Social family time is something which automatically builds your immunity. Okay, have a gratitude that yes, you're getting time to be with your family, you're getting time to read that book that you have not read for ages, it's lying in your shelf. So there is something good that is also or can be seen around what is happening. Okay, another thing that you should prioritize right now, you need to focus on your sleep. Okay, no matter what medicine, what supplements, what precautions you take, if your sleep is compromised, your immunity is compromised. If your immunity is compromised, you're more prone to this issue. Okay, have a mindfulness about what you're doing. Okay, you do not need to go on a berserk mode saying I want this, I want to do that, I want to take these precautions. The amount of questions that we get on people asking what supplement should I take, what do I do, Google it, you'll get everything on the net. Okay, I also read about it, I also study about it. It's not that if I tell you that is good or that is bad or something, I'll tell you something different. What you need to do, you need to have a good amount of vitamin A in your diet, you need to have good amount of zinc in your diet, you need to have good vitamin D in your diet, you need to have good vitamin C in your diet, you need to have good sleep, you need to have good water intake, you need to have proper rest, you need to have a good community that you can talk to. You should do some light exercises, walk, stretch, yoga, deep breathing. That's all what immunity is all about, and that's something that everybody knows right now. But what we need to do is we need to be cautious about it. We need to ensure that we are not trying to be a superhuman either by hoarding things or by going out and saying that no, I will not catch this virus, I will not do that. Maybe your immunity is strong, you will not catch, you will become a passive carrier, you might transfer it to somebody whose immunity is not that strong. So as a civic citizen, as a citizen who's responsible for himself, herself, and the community, it's a good time to take caution. Okay, let the fear go out of it. Okay, even if you fear about it and you go out, you are more prone to get this attack. Okay, so let the fear go out. Still have a life that is normal. Don't overreact to situation. Okay, and it might be a good idea to get away from social media and the news channel, not because it is not right to know, but I think there is an over hype being created about the way it is being presented. Okay, the way the words, the choice of words that are being used, it is creating a more issue rather than it is sensitizing you about the situation. Keep your calmness, stay healthy, stay safe, spend time with your family, do what you love to do. Maybe it's a good time, it's a nature's way of saying that time to take a break. Yesterday we focused on that, let Sunday be your rest day. I think if you were not able to do it, let today be your rest day. If you're operating from home, I think you're in a closed environment. If you're in a closed environment, just keep your area clean. Use a good countertop cleaner. Avoid chemicals. So what you can do is take some water and add some few drops of essential oils into it and use it as a countertop cleaner. You don't need expensive chemicals. You don't need sanitizers. You don't need all those things that the media is talking about and trying to promote and upsell. Okay. Eat healthy, nutritious, home cooked meals. Stay healthy, stay safe. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll catch up soon. Namaste.